Hi guys, and hello from the hilltop. I'm Waxahachie Blue, and I want to welcome you to my channel, The Plateau Perfectionist. Today's video is my July 2022 plan with me and my Vivid Scribbles 160 GSM dot journal. So for my colors this month, I have this Purple Art 101, if I can get the camera to focus. There it is. And then also my Sharpie brush pen in the light orange color. And I do specify that because if you get the pack of the brush Sharpies, there is two different oranges. So this theme is actually based off of a child's book that originally belonged to my dad. It's called The Dragon Who Liked to Spit Fire, and it was a book that my grandmother would read to him when he was little, and every time I'd go over to my grandmother's house, she would read me this book along with a couple of other ones. And I always loved the fact that every other page is colored, and then it alternates between black and white pictures and then the colored pictures, and even then the colors are only dual chromatic, which means you only have the two colors. And so when I got those two colors, orange and purple, this is actually the first thing that I thought of, and I thought it would be absolutely perfect for this month, especially since he spits fire and makes like fireworks and 4th of July fireworks kind of stuff. So it's kind of a little play on fireworks there. Also, I'm pretty sure this is where my handwriting style comes from, because as you can kind of tell, it's not there you go. Doesn't my handwriting match? Totally. So the way I did these particular spreads is I took the book and copied some pages. Some of them didn't turn out very well, so I ended up having to edit them just a little bit. So you'll notice some of them in other spreads, they're a little more red than they are orange. That's just because this is a very old book and some of the pages have discolored with age. And so editing, kind of tweaking the contrasts and saturation levels, it was what it was. But in the meantime, I liked that this page, it was supposed to be on the right. Even in the book, it's supposed to be on the right. So in order to work with that, I put my quote-unquote title page on the left, which I don't usually do. I usually have them, like I have a quote on the left and then I have the title page on the right. No, I did it differently. And I tried to make my fireworks look very similar to what is in the actual book. So yeah, although honestly I should have rearranged that one at the top right hand corner to kind of mesh with the one that's going off on the edge of the page, on the right page, so it look a little more cohesive, but I honestly didn't think of it. I was just trying to get these spreads done. So this particular video is very late. If you follow my channel for any particular number of years, I try to get my videos out about this 20th, 21st of each month. The only exception being if I am doing 2 videos in a month, which is usually at the beginning of the year, or if I am in the middle of the year and having to do 2 different journals in a year, like now. However, I have been extremely busy. Life threw some curveballs at me, and long story short, it took me a good minute to be able to sit down and get this journal, both just the basic setups for the second half of the year set up, as well as get this one done. To be fair, I liked my July spreads a lot better than my setup for the second half of 2022. Yeah, I liked these a lot better. And you can actually kind of see where I did bother to put some effort into it. So the original plan was to have, I have a picture from the book that has the dragon and the kid walking across the top of the castle, but I wasn't going to have this room because of the outlay of the month of July. So I went ahead and did it this way with the banners. And so this was kind of the only spread where I actually did much drawing. Everything else is pretty much cut and paste of pictures that I scanned out of the thing. But you know what? I think it works great. And just a little quote from the book. And every night the little dragon sat on the castle wall, spitting beautiful colored fire for everyone to see. Not necessarily an inspirational quote, but I do like that phrase. Yes, so I love the pictures in this book. This is of the books that my grandmother would read to me when we would go for summer vacation or for Christmas or whatever we happened to be going for. This book and one other book are my two absolute favorites, and I have actually kept these books even after she passed away. Well, actually even before then. So my grandmother is originally from Raymondville, Texas. If you know where that is, you will know that it is in the deep south, aka down by the Mexico border, similar, near-ish to South Padre Island, all that good stuff. So, and that is where she's lived many of my years. That's where my dad grew up, was down there. And excuse me. So it was like an 8-hour drive just to go see her, or if she were to come see us. And she eventually, as years went on, she ended up moving in with us. And so when they packed her all up, they took everything. She brought all of her, the children's books with her. And I snatched these out of her little personal library of books that she had. And I said, "Grandma, these are mine." And she said, "Okay." So, and I've actually, just for giggles, I pulled this book up on Amazon and as well as eBay just to see how, what the worth of this book was, because it was printed in 1962. This book is worth $50, which kind of floored me. I was sitting there going, wow, this book is actually worth a little bit of money. Would I ever sell it? Hell no. But, it was kind of nice to see that the value has, this silly little book, this little children's weekly reader book is still worth a little bit of money. And I think that's just, this is my homage to both my grandmother, the 4th of July. It's worth more in sentimental value than it is ever in actual cash. So this particular spread, I should probably talk about my spreads. This is just my little bit of a habit tracker to kind of keep me on track with some of my habits that I am trying to turn into routines, as well as a weight tracker. I do usually put my weight tracker on my weeklies, and I'll put just a little box on each day to keep track of them. But I decided to actually make a tracker this month, and I'm just going to do a little line chart to hopefully show progress or trouble spots. I've been having some trouble spots, and I really don't want to talk about it right now, but I've been having some trouble spots. So this is my budget tracker. You've seen me make it many times. I kept it very simple, just 1 page, 2 page, lines everywhere, bada bing, bada boom. And if anybody's ever interested in how I do my budget, it is a rolling total style. I just keep a running record of how much I have in each account and where I move it to, what date I did it, descriptions of the purchases and or transactions. Yeah. I didn't put a picture on this one because I actually will use the full 2 pages every month, just about. Except even when I do a no-spend challenge, I will still get pretty close because I do have weekly transactions that are automated. And so anyway, I will say that the Sharpie Brush pen just didn't do well on making the orange lines, so I ended up having to go back with the Tombow orange color that I used for the setup spreads in order to make them more vibrant, because it was almost acting like it was running out of ink, which I know it wasn't, because I've very rarely ever used those pens. I just don't think it's not a type of pen that you use for steady use, like making lines in that regard. It is, whereas Tombows are. So for these are my weeklies. I decided to change up my weeklies just a little bit and do very similar to what I did in my future log at the beginning, or in my setup spreads, where it's this empty space on the bottom. I did that because I had some extra pictures from the book that I really wanted to incorporate into my spreads. So I wanted to make sure I had enough space for those. These boxes are 8 by, I forget how big they are. Basically it's cut in half, and then it's by thirds. So they're 8 tall. And then since there was only 3 days in the first week of July, I just did 10 days for this particular week. If you've been around and watched some of my videos, I do my weeklies month to month, and so I don't like having carryover, those dual month weeks. And no. And it's basically cut and paste, repeat. The only difference is sometimes, sometimes I added a picture here and there. I would rearrange where I wanted my week per se to fit. But other than that, it's the same 8 by whatever that is. Is it 12? Oh my goodness. You'd think I would know because it's on the freaking grid spacer, but I don't know. Do I know? I don't know. Like 13 or 14. It's one of those two. I think they're by 8 by 14 or 8 by 13. And then, of course, I would occasionally move my Dr. Boz ratio calendar, which I'm still doing. I'm not happy with my results, but again, that ties to my eating habits. And again, I don't feel comfortable talking about that right now. So, yes, in case you're curious, BS stands for blood sugar, K stands for ketones, and then DBR stands for Dr. Boz ratio. And that stupid picture, I'm just glad it didn't rip. I would have been very sad. So yeah, this video is very short because, like I said, I didn't have to do an abundance of drawing compared to other ones. So I'm just going to let this run, and hopefully you enjoy it, and I will, I'll catch up with you in the next 3 minutes. You know what? No, I'm not. You want to know why? Because I gypped y'all last time, and all I said was thank you, which, to be fair, still thank you for watching my video. But I don't think I really relayed well enough how much I appreciate y'all. Even if you only watch 15 seconds of my video, you still took the time to click on my video and give it a cursory glance. If you didn't like it, I apologize. I am still trying to improve and get better. But if you did, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you did like it, and you want to give it a thumbs up, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm not trying to change the algorithm or do anything of that. I do this for fun. I don't make any money off of this. And I just do it because I want to, and because it's something that I enjoy. And I hope that you enjoy it as well. And if you do enjoy it and you want to give it a thumbs up, that's cool. And if you want to enjoy it and not give it a thumbs up, that's your choice as well. But then if you like my work, subscribe. Or if you really, really like my work, leave me a comment. I love comments. I always try to at least respond, even if it's just a basic thank you. And yeah. So this is the final weekly spread, and then we will do the flip through. I should also mention I do have an Instagram, although I have been severely slacking on posting. I apologize. My phone has run out of space, and I had to delete Instagram. I will get it back on my phone in a minute, but in the meantime, I had to delete it because I needed the space for something else. And so it is what it is, but I will try to get more pictures up there in a more timely fashion. I am also on Facebook, the Plateau Perfectionist, with underscores in between each word for Instagram, and then without the underscores on Facebook. And yeah, I will also totally admit I lost the footage of me pulling for this upcoming month. So I will go ahead and just tell you, my colors are going to be, pineapples. I don't have it written down. But it's going to be a green and a pink, and I will show you the markers like I did in this video before I start, since I didn't have the thing of me pulling the pages. I just lost the footage, sorry. Actually, I lost it for a couple of them, but it is what it is. Excuse me. But in the meantime, Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked, please, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I'll leave it to you, but thank you. Bye.